Hey guys, Micah from BlackbearCustomkydex. I got a video I'm really excited about for you today. There's a company called BladeCraft located in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and a few months ago I'd posted something on a knife group in Facebook, and a conversation ensued, and eventually this guy named Chase started talking, and conversation struck up between a few people. And he said, hey, I'm the owner of BladeCraft. It's this knife retail sharpening company. Um, and it just caught my eye, and I thought, man, this would be a really cool collaboration to do. So I contacted him, asked him if he'd be interested in stocking some Black Bear Custom Kydex sheaths, and he was all about it. So we collaborated. We figured out 5 knives that we wanted me to make sheaths for and keep him stocked on, and I have finally created them all. It took me like 5 weeks to do this, so it was like 3 weeks longer than I expected. Because I guess I completely underestimated the amount of work it is, and I have a newfound appreciation for any of you Kydexers out there that are doing like dozens of sheaths a month. That might not sound too crazy if we're talking like 2-3 dozen, but if we're talking like 50 plus sheaths a month, that is a mountain of work. And especially if you have a lot of attention to detail and finish work and things like that, it's just an immense amount of manpower and what do you call it, just hours that go into it. Some shops are set up with multiple people working on it, like an assembly line sort of thing, goes from station to station and gets finished quickly that way. I'm a one-man operation. I have one press and one sander, and so it definitely was a humbling experience, and I learned a lot from it. And I think moving forward, I'll be able to make sheaths a lot quicker. So Chase, I really appreciate your patience on this, and appreciate the opportunity to learn these lessons that I've gotten out of doing this project. And I hope we have a long-standing good collaboration. So, all right, guys, without further ado here, Chase wanted to give me his 5 best-selling knives. So we have the Mora Eldris, and I'll show you the sheaths for that real quick. I'm not going to show all the sheaths to you. There are 42, 43 sheaths. So I'm just going to kind of grab a couple from each batch. So, all right. So we have some that come with an Exotac fire starting device. This is an Exotac fire rod. It's just a standard ferro rod with a watertight tinder cap on the back, and some of them don't have that. So I just wanted to include them for some and see how that worked out. We'll, moving forward, we'll see how things sell and what people's interest is. So all of them have great retention. They're not going anywhere. They're not rattling, but they've got a nice easy draw, and they come in a myriad of different colors. They all have a leather drop loop on them. Nothing fancy, but it'll definitely get the job done to carry a knife. And all of these sheaths, not just the Eldris, but all of them are going to be good quality Kydex sheaths that will come stock with some of these knives and can be upgraded later if that's what the owner of the sheath wants to do. So, all right, so that's that. We also have the Mora Kansbol, and show you some of these real quick. Bunch of different colors. I didn't do the same color selection for all of them. I switched it up for every knife. And again, some of these come with Exotac stuff. This is a fire rod as well. I did do some of the premium colors, although in case you guys are wondering, I don't charge differently based on the color of the sheath. Some colors cost more, which is why some makers will charge more for particular colors, but I just kind of try to find a balance point so it all evens out. Alright, we got the Mora Garberg, which is a full tang knife from Mora. This is a very popular option from them. I really like this thing. Got a bunch of sheaths for the Garberg. So I did 10 sheaths for each of the Moras. This one has a Nano Striker XL, which is one watertight capsule, and on one side you can unscrew it and it's got a ferro rod. The other side you can unscrew and it's got a striker. So you can just unscrew it all light a fire and put it all back together. Really cool fire starting device here. Alright, so we've got 10 sheaths for each of those that you just saw. Now we also have the ESEE CR 2.5, which is this little guy here. Pretty cool little knife. And for this one, I made 5 sheaths. I'll show you a few of these. I didn't do Exotac stuff on these. I could have. You know, they are really small, but so is the Eldris. I could have done something on them. I just thought with how tiny this is, because, you know, it's longer than the Eldris, but overall the Eldris feels like a bigger knife. And I just figured, you know, with how small they are, people probably aren't going to want to carry an attachment on it. But, you know, if for whatever reason they do, then it's no problem to add that in the future. So they can contact me and I'll gladly do that for them. So we got that, we got a Marpat camo, Cryptek Typhon, Hexcam Echo 5D, and Brown Rattler, I think this one's called. It's got like a rattlesnake pattern. And then I also made a necker for him. So it's just a paracord necklace. And just so you know, the only difference between this sheath and the other ones is that the other ones I've sort of, you know, used a little bit of extra Kydex and made this tab where I've attached the leather loop to, whereas this one is symmetrical on both sides. But they all have the same measurements for the drill pattern. So if you wanted to make any of them a necker or have it, you know, you don't even have to take the leather loop off. You could carry it on your neck that way and have it, you know, be an option or whatever, but you just have to string paracord up through it. And that's just how I've chosen to do it. Just so you guys know, any of the paracord necklaces I make have a breakaway attachment on it, it's called. So if your paracord comes under too much stress, like say you're walking through the woods and you snag it on a branch, you're not going to get strangled by your own paracord necklace. It'll snap apart and you'll be released from its grip. So it's something like 10 or 15 pounds of pressure will break the not like broken, but it'll pull apart the clasp, and you can put it back together, no problem. So for any of you out there who are going to buy something like this, don't just try to like yank it and pull that out, because you'll probably pop the clasp off the paracord, and you'll have the knife still in its sheath. I did put a thumb ramp on it though, so all you have to do is just use the thumb ramp and it'll come out nice and easy. Right? Bam. Alright, so we got that. And then the last one is the ESEE 6HM, which ESEE 6 is one of the most popular knives on the market, at least in its price range. And this is the 6HM. The difference is in the handle. So this is an ESEE 4, but it's got the same handle dimensions. It's just physically smaller than the 6. But you can see the difference in the two handles. So this one has a little bit more of a finger guard on the ricasso, whereas this one does not. But I actually have found that I really prefer this one. It's a lot more comfortable for me. So food for thought. Definitely check out the 6 and the 6HM and see what you guys think is preferable for you. But I really like this knife. It's an awesome knife. So alright, we've got 5 sheaths for this guy. And I put some Nano Striker XLs on these. This is ATAC's Bones. All these are nice and solid. They're not going anywhere, no rattle. Pretty easy one-handed draw. OD Green. Alright, and then he also asked me to come up with a piggyback system for the two ESEEs and put it on a tech lock angled for a cross draw. So this will ride on the left hip and sort of at like a 45-degree angle. Not quite a 45. I guess it's more like probably like a 25-degree angle. And yeah, angled slightly upward. You draw with your right hand, cross draw. So So it fits these two knives in it. And if you notice, I have the CR 2.5 connected via screws on the bottom of the sheath so that it can be both low profile but also easy access. So don't go flexing it too far away, but you can just pull it a little bit and get that knife out nice and comfortably. I chose that as an option for this instead of having the handle canted and hanging off the edge of the main sheath. That's just a different way to do it. All of them are perfectly valid ways of creating a piggyback system, but I thought this looked really cool. And we have an Exotac fire rod on here as well. So he asked me to do that. Oops, sorry. He asked me to do that so that the customers could see a slightly more complex system, something that would potentially encourage them to order a custom sheath job from me. So alright, so there we go. It's a nice system. I really like this thing. So alright guys, well that's what I got for you. Sorry for all the bags here. I'm trying to keep them all separated, both for inventory purposes and also because especially the Kansbol and the Garberg are like almost the same dimensions, but the Kansbol is a thinner blade. So if I mixed them up and went to put the Garberg in the Kansbol sheath, it would probably scrape the blade up a little bit because it's a much thinner corridor. So just trying to keep them separated. But I'm about to head off to the post office and put these in the mail for Chase. So anyway, if you guys like this video, if you like these knives, go down and hit like. If you like my channel, please hit subscribe if you haven't already done so. And thanks for tuning in, guys. Stay tuned for more videos soon. God bless.